Correct. So if you just see, actually in Java there is one class that is known as object class. There is one class that is known as object class. Now, when actually an object is formed, when you suppose you form an object, test t is equal to, or suppose when you write a new class, suppose you have written a class test, you have written any class test, right? Okay. So when it is compiling means when it is using the Java C, when you use the Java C command, when you are using this Java C command, then what happens actually, this specific class, it will do one thing. The first, it will check if class inherits some class or not, right? So it will perform a check here, you can just see, it will check that if class inherits some class or not. If test, that is, if test inherits some class or not, right? If class inherits some class or not, right? If yes, then it will not do anything. If yes, it will not do. Why? I'll just explain you this also, but you'll have to wait for some time, and it will continue normal. It will be converted into .class file. But if no, if the case is no, then what will happen? Now, the case is that this class test will automatically inherit the object class. It will automatically, test inherits the object class here. Test inherits the object class. It will inherit the object class. Object is a class, and object is super class for all the classes. In fact, there is no such class in Java that does not inherit the object class. There is no such. So hence it is also known as the super class for all the classes, the object class. So what we can, a test will inherit the object class and then it will be compiled into .class. Even in this case, if it inherits some class, let's say test inherits 1, then 1 will inherit object, isn't it? And indirectly, object is inherited in 1 and 1 is inherited in test. So indirectly, test inherits object class here also. So it may be any case, every class will inherit the object class in Java. So object is also the super class for all the classes, right? So there is a class known as object class. So this is the class known as object class. This class will inherit this class is the super class for all the classes, right? Even when we make our own class also, our class will inherit the object class automatically at the time of compilation. It will automatically inherit it at the time of compilation, right?
automatically inherit the object. There is no class in Java. There is no class in Java that does not inherit the object class. Now, another important point is that the object class contains 11 methods. Set of methods using which we can perform operation on object. Moreover,
it is in inheritance how they help in connecting all the classes. Right? It helps in connecting all the classes of Java. Right? It helps in developing relation between all the classes of Java. It helps in developing the relation between all the classes of Java. Now, how does this happen actually? Suppose I'll just show an example. I'm making test t is equal to. Now we'll cover this thing in inheritance. In inheritance, I can write the object O is equal to new test. I can write like this. This is exactly same. And suppose I make one more class, class 2. This is my class 2. So I can make its object also. Object O1 equal to new. See, they both become of same type, and hence this kind of relation is only possible because parent class of 2 is also object class and parent class of test is also object class. Since all the classes have the same parent class, so at some point we can bring all the classes objects at one platform. We'll discuss more about it when we go to inheritance. This specific method is known as typecasting inside the objects. Right? Okay. So I was just showing you an example how it helps in developing a relationship between all the different kinds of classes in Java. Right? So what are the methods of the object class? What are the methods of the object class? Methods of the object class we have is, so we need to see what are the different methods of the object class. So I'll just list them before you here. I can use a javap command, java.lang.object, and if you can see here, these are the various methods of the object class. We have this is the constructor of the object class. We have get class method, we have hash code method, we have equals, we have clone method, we have toString, we have notify all, 3 versions of wait method and finalize method. These are the various methods that are. So we'll just define all of them one by one. First is the object class constructor. Now, actually when an object is formed, when we form an object, this object class constructor is automatically called. This is automatically called since it is its superclass. So this constructor is automatically called. And I just discussed that all the class members automatically occupy a default value. This object constructor is responsible for providing default value to all the uninitialized variables of class. So this constructor is automatically called when the object is formed. When you form the object, it is automatically being called. Now it initializes all the uninitialized members of the class to a default value. It initializes all the uninitialized members of the class to a default value. Object class constructor is responsible for doing this. Object class constructor is responsible for doing this specific job. Next is get class. It will return the class name to which the object belongs. Third is hash code. It will return the address of the object in hexadecimal format. Fourth is toString. Generally, it's used for converting the object into the string format. Fifth is wait. We have three versions of wait. Used in multi-threading. For making a specific thread wait. Used in multi-threading. Sixth, I have is finalize. Called by garbage collector. It is called by the garbage collector. The finalize method. So then I also have notify and notify all and clone. Yes, clone equals. The seventh, we can go for clone, used for making clone of the object. Eighth I have is equals, very important method, used for comparing two objects. Ninth is notify, and we have notify all. Again, these two methods are also used in multi-threading. These two methods are used in multi-threading. We use them in multi-threading. So these are the various methods of the object class, and these methods are automatically inherited inside the object when it is made. So these methods are automatically inherited inside the object when it's made. When we make it, so automatically it is inherited inside the object. So if you can just see one important thing here, let's see the usage of hash code. So test t is equal to new test. You can just go for system.out.println t, right? System.out.println t dot hash code. I'm just using this, and if you see, this is actually the hash code. Similarly, system.out.println t dot toString actually, and if you just see, now they both are returning the same hash code actually. This is in hexadecimal format and this is in plain numerical. If you just see one thing, I will convert hexadecimal into decimal. Actually I just miswrote one thing also, that in hash code it's actually in decimal format, and here toString it converts, and this displays the address in hexadecimal. Alright, so if you just see here, one important thing, I'll just convert this hexadecimal, I'll convert the hexadecimal into decimal. Okay, this is the one, and this is the same, right? It's the same. So both are displaying the same digit, but one is displaying in the object format and one is displaying in the decimal format, right? There are some more methods and we need to study about them one by one, right? But when we'll study about them at the proper time, right? Now one more important point is that now just see, if I just go for system.out.println t, if I just write this system.out.println t, so when we print, when we are trying to print the address of an object, internally automatically toString method is called. This is a golden statement and you should always remember it in Java. When we try to print the object address, I'm trying to print t, internally automatically the toString method is called, right? So basically when we try to print the object address, internally automatically the toString method is called. Internally automatically the toString method will be called. And if you just see here, you can just see this. We'll study about the methods of the object class one by one whenever we study that respective concept, right?